Good morning, I should say good afternoon. It's Tuesday, 2nd of, blimey, we're in August already, aren't we? Well into summer. Yeah, I'm in Shanklin here. The weather's, it's not cold, it's a bit breezy and overcast. Sun's trying to break through now and again, but it hasn't happened properly yet. But anyways, I'll get straight on. These are the AM Watch electromagnetic radiation exposure guidelines I mentioned on one of the last videos. I'll just go through them quickly, and I'll continue the notes later if I've got time. Risk level 1. This is in millivolts per square meter, basically. But it's I measure the EMFs, the electromagnetic fields, in millivolts, and these are the risk levels 1 to 4. 0 to 10 millivolts, low risk of health effects except for electro-hypersensitive people, which I believe, well, I know I'm becoming one of those. Risk level 2, 10 to 100 millivolts. Slight risk of serious health effects, especially for children and pregnant women. 3, 100 to 650 millivolts, 650 millivolts. Moderate risk of serious health effects. 4, risk level 4 is over 650 millivolts, which in the scheme of things is still quite low, isn't it? But there's a higher risk of serious health effects if you're getting over that 650 millivolts. And this is for continuous and prolonged exposure, which means exposure for several hours a day. Excuse me, I can't read my own notes. For several months or years. I mean, I did these, must have been at least 5 years ago now, when I was discovering what's going on and with my own health, etc. And I got this, which is a 3-axis RF field strength meter. Radio frequency RF stands for. So it's a 3-axis RF field strength meter, TM195. It's 10 Mars, the makers, 10 Mars. But anyways, yes, I'll get straight into it. I was on the bus from Shanklin to ride yesterday. I just get in. I'm in my my memos here on the phone, but the phone is in flight mode, so doesn't transmit or receive. So I'm not getting blatted by it, you know, basically. But you can still get into everything on it, you know. But you just can't send or receive on the internet, etc. But anyways, Shanklin Station mass, right, I went past there on the bus, 5,000 millivolts, right, the power's definitely up, and yeah, we're heading up into the 5G range, aren't we? You see, I mean, 2, 3 and 4G is kind of 600 megahertz. Now 5G goes up to 6 gigahertz and beyond. They can get up to, I don't know, 40 or more, it depends. As they go up the scale, you know, 6G, 7G, 8G, whatever, it's going to get higher and higher. And the power is definitely up on this island. But I don't know what the frequency is, the gigahertz frequency, because this doesn't measure frequency, it measures electromagnetic fields. But the frequencies have got to be higher if the millivolts, you know, the electromagnetic field strengths are higher. So the frequencies are definitely higher, and I mean they've got really high, because I'll go on. Yeah, so that's Shanklin Station mass, 5,000 millivolts. I mean the average all the way over to ride was, you know, over 1,000 and beyond, and there wasn't that many phones evident on the bus either. 1 or 2 came on, you know, but anyways, let's have a look. Stand out, oh, hang on a minute. Now the Heights Leisure Centre, which is at the top of Lake Hill there, on the way through to Sandown, was 4,000 and up to 7,000. and that's the leisure centre, behind the leisure centre, next to an health centre, next to some council offices on the other side of it. It's a monster one. I think it's probably the biggest one on the island, and as it's on a hill, I guess that's why they put it there, and it's kind of central to this area, you know, that area. And now, going through Sandown, modern common area, 2,000, Braden High Street, 3,000, Tesco bus stop in Rye, 2,800, busy B&B on to Westridge, 3 to 5,000, St John's Hill, near the church to Alexandra Road, around that general area, 4,000, Commodore Cinema up to 4,000, up at High Street, which is opposite Iceland in Ride there, which is sort of kind of, I think you can see the mast on top of the Commodore Cinema from there, just round the corner anyway. But down on the road there, it was hitting 5,000. And anyway, then over in Bembridge, well, near Marina Avenue at Apley on the way to Bembridge on the bus, beyond 4,000. Seaview Toll Road, as you go past near the bird sanctuary there, it shot up to 10,000. I don't know why. I don't know if there's any masts around there or what. I couldn't see them. Or whether there was a lot of Wi-Fi going on in the holiday homes down there, etc. And I know there's a lot of boats on the sea there, down off the toll road. I don't know whether there's probably loads of phones as well, I would think, in data on the beach. There was people on the beach and in them boats, you know. But anyway, it was high. Going past the new rope walk, 3,000. Going past Nodes Point, 2,000. St Helens Green, 2,000. Bembridge Village, 2,000. On foot, after I got off the bus, I went down Walls Road. Opposite Windmills Primary School there's a fire station, and there's a cell tower on top of that. And that's up to 3,000 millivolts right in front of that school. And getting round onto Lane End Road with the junction of St Luke's Drive there, and you look back and see that fire station mast, and obviously it's a different angle, getting 5,000 millivolts there. And I have a reputable source who was on Bembridge Beach last week, and he said he was getting 5G on his phone, no problem. So there you go. But there you go. Not like I'm saying, the over 650 is risk level 4. High risk of serious health effects, somewhere in the thousands here. So yeah, it affects me. I know it does. Now I can feel it. I'm sleeping downstairs now, like I said in another video, so I won't go there. But you know, it's not rocket science really when you know a little bit about physics. And I have got qualifications in physics or chemistry. That's what got me my job in British Steel as electrician, actually, because I had a grade 1 physics or chemistry, and I attained distinctions in electrical principles, which is like, you know, the physics of electrics and stuff, electricity, the science, and electrical installation technology on a technician's course. They put me on technicians because of where I got into school, you know. But obviously halfway through my apprenticeship I lost interest really, because I didn't like where I was working, etc. But that's another story. But anyway, I think I've still got time. I'll read these notes here for a minute. Note 1. Electro-hypersensitive people may experience discomforts at very low EMF levels. That's even at risk level 1, that's not the 10, isn't it? Pregnant women should spend most of their time, I can't read, in level 1, but brief visits to levels 2 and 3 will probably do no harm. Avoid level 4, right? But there you go, it's best to keep out it completely, isn't it really? Children should spend most of their time in level 1, not the 10 millivolts. Short periods of time may be spent in levels 2, 3 and 4. God, in the schools, God, I don't know what the levels are in there, but they're in their Wi-Fi in the school. See, if you, any devices the more they are, the more you've got, and they're in data or Wi-Fi or whatever, the higher it's going to get, because it's amplified. It's like having a magnet in your hand. Hey, come and get me, you know. But there you go. And then it's like 4. Everyone, risk level 4, everyone should avoid continuous prolonged exposure at level 4. And then the 5th note I've got here is bedrooms, schools, hospitals, libraries and workplaces should be at level 1. No chance, is there? No chance. And that's all I'm saying. I'm just adding this to my playlist, what I put on YouTube last week, and I'll share it to Facebook as well. Even though I'm getting I know some people react in scorn to what I'm doing, but that doesn't faze me at all, you know. I'm just talking reality here, so that's all I've got to say on this one. Some of you people out there who watch this benefit from it, and maybe you take heed as to the dangers you're putting yourselves and your children in. Okay, thank you very much.